Do not attempt to readjust the rabbit ears on your television. The number is indeed correct. What's up, peoples? It's aterraformer. Played VIP2. Sorry about my voice and my nostrils being kind of out of whack. You kind of didn't get the introduction to that last night with VIP3 because I didn't get around to editing it. Instead, I decided to keep mashing my face and throwing corpses at a level in VIP2. So, but this is the level that was broken in the American version, that Horikawa was involved in the localization of VIP, and unfortunately there was some things missed in translation, like this entire level. And every time I've gone to play this, which is multiple times, I just never want to spend the time required, and honestly it didn't take me that long. I remember looking it up in the past, and it looked like it seemed like there was more to this, like there was another part of this. It's a level that I want to like, but I just cannot because it's way too repetitive and luck required. Because, you know, those fire flame thingies, not to mention that their hitbox is utterly abysmal and will hit you at times when they are not visible, but also that when they're streaming to, well, not really so much here, because here you have plenty of time to time and line up your jumps, but when your chariot is going on a full course to straight ahead, then, you know, there's a bit of a problem there. But I like the way it looks, and I like the idea to it, basically. I don't know. It's like some very claustrophobic corridors line guide, but in a way it just kind of would be good, but kind of falls flat on its ass. That's such a shame. I think those mountains in the background are from a game. I was gonna say, actually, no, they could be Mega Man X Sigma 1. I'm not entirely sure, though they might be in Hyper 6 as well. I kind of forget. Obviously, Hyper 6 first. Sorry that the names are all screwed up. They're not even regular Japanese because I decided, hey, I'm not going to life farm. I'm just going to take the save state, and that's going to be the best idea ever. First, I'm trying to figure out how to get this power-up, and then I got the power-up. As you can see, there was no edit in between this level and the last level. I wonder why. I like this level. It's not that hard, surprisingly enough. I mean, I got through it on my first try, so obviously it couldn't be that hard. I like the whole look of it because it's kind of like the World 1, but it's all like distorted and like bad stuff place zone for justification of putting it into a later world. And really, that's pretty much how it did. You know, your level doesn't have to be super hard and also nearing the end game. It could just fit the scenery, and that's completely fine. Like, I can hear it with my ears, how bad my voice sounds, and I apologize, but there's only so many times I can blow my nose when nothing wants to come out. You guys didn't really need to know that or want to hear that, but you did. I don't know if that pipe leads to anywhere, where I never really checked. And at this point, I guess I'm not checking. Because if I noticed it before I had already started recording the voice narration for this portion, I probably would have checked in Lunar Magic, and if it is something, I might go back. I'll consider it. I'm not sure, but it'll kind of be awkward. So I might end the recording as this level finishes, because actually no, it wouldn't matter until the outtakes, I suppose. But be that as it may, I think I'm going to pause this at the end of this level, which is really interesting to say multiple times. And the background is from Donkey Kong, but for some reason it reminds me of the Serpent Trench from Final Fantasy VI, which is a really nice song, and now exists as a port by someone named Unknown User, and he makes some really good ports. It's just too bad his his identity is not existing. I like the munchers at the top. They do that in the first room, I think, but it's like you have to actually fly over the level to notice it at all. Why do I know this information? Well, there was a time where I kind of had no care in the world about VIP2 and kind of was curious about the later levels. So that's how that happened. I do a little jump at the end of the level. Oops. Nobody's gonna get that unless they know already. So just gonna take a little pause here. Well, it was a really good thing I did that, because it turns out my computer decided it was going to restart whether I liked it or not, and because I did an input, then my computer wasn't going to just randomly stop working while in the middle of this recording, and it probably wouldn't have saved either. But with the level, I kind of remembered as I was opening up the Lunar Magic that, yeah, they were on the same screen, and one exit per screen is allowed in this level engine thing. So that was kind of an impossibility unless they were separate and just wasn't noticeable. This level is pretty alright, don't really any problems with this exit. A little spammy, but that doesn't really affect this exit now, does it? So yeah, just things in the midpoint. And I didn't know where to go. It was kind of unclear, and I died a lot trying to do this, and then figuring it out, and then doing it again. But I didn't show any of that, because I figured I'll just describe it. Because what's the point of just watching me jump at enemies with no real conviction to what the hell I'm actually doing? Second half, it's like I died once out of that section, so I guess it's easier than the first half in a way, but not really. I'm kind of just standing around a whole lot, and that's really exciting to watch. You know what's a really nice feeling? When you have a sneeze that's trying to happen, but it just won't happen. And it's not even like you're trying to force it to not happen, it just won't happen. Because I felt it right before I was going to start the thing again. And if I knew I was able to sneeze, I would have just not started talking yet. But since it kind of started to go away, but you feel the pressure build, and it's like, there's supposed to be something that was supposed to happen, but it didn't want to happen. So I have a feeling it's going to just randomly happen whilst video making, but then again, that'd probably be a beneficial thing. Over here you can see a lovely, well, you'll see it in a second. I gotta get this coin cache. You know what's a good idea for making secret exits? Having them at the end of the level where you can't take the midpoints. Surprise! Have y'all guessed what this secret is all about? Because I wish I never saw this kind of thing. And I actually got all the lives. I never do that. And I put no effort into trying. I never put effort into trying at the bonus game. So I never need lives because I always find a life farm. I always utilize it to the fullest extent. I didn't really try this a whole lot because I don't care. This is dumb. Like, really? Come on. I don't even know how this is possible. So I just flew over it. And then I stopped it here because this is like the most futzing about I do, except the one that I already did or something. I don't know. I didn't try it that much, honestly. And considering the effort I put to get these caves going back to World 2, you know what, I think it's deserved. Because this is kind of BS, man. It's too damn long with the enemy spam. If you don't have a good power up, because there's only really like a mushroom in this stage. How are you supposed to get rid of certain enemies like that in a flame and get a shell through the entire thing? That's ridiculous. If you can do this, good for you. I'm not capable, or I just didn't want to, because it can just be broken, and it was kind of asking for it. I even tried using a bomb, and that went lovely because I couldn't do anything because I'm really bad at maneuvering the bombs, apparently. It was pretty sad, and I did not show it. Extremely rude athletic. I love the name, hate the stage. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch. The first half is nice. I will admit to that. I mean, there is a few gripes, but with a level called Rude Athletic, it's going to have gripeable sections. That's just how it goes. Beginning to the first one right here, you see that power up. The only way to get it is to do that or do the safer way on the other side, but I always went from the left side for some reason because I'm a moron. But it worked out mostly good until I was actually going after the secret exit, which, surprise, you'll never guess the solution for this secret exit. I kind of spoiled it with the last level, so I'm sorry, but we got vines, and I thought I had to, we got vines, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. We got a rope, and I thought I had to juggle things around, then I realized, oh, I could just go up from here. That makes everything better. I don't even know if this was the first time over here. I don't understand this text box. It tells you to double grab, but I tried double grabbing and it got me killed. That's my story. Like, there is no literal benefit to double grabbing at all that I see for any side of the spectrum. I'm glad I went up here. Yeah, I'm glad I went up here. Just to show it off so I wouldn't have to show it off later, which I wouldn't have because I was too fed up by the second half, which is coming soon, because you got a midpoint anyway. Well, unless you screw up, which I probably would have, because it's kind of weird. But it's really interesting how you get that midpoint, you're sent to like a completely different stage. For the first few lives, for the first many lives, I should say, I took the key because I thought I would actually be able to get the secret. And I thought this was an entire separate secret path or something. No, that's too clever for this level designer. Now, I didn't show it in the outtakes, but just imagine me dying to every single new event that happened in this section. I don't know why, but I struggled so much in just this little portion of level, and I didn't show any of it, but it was a good like 20 or 30 deaths in that line guide section alone, because I couldn't figure out how the hell to do it. And if that's not bad enough, well, there's like knowledge you need to have, because, you know, I don't know if you saw the time, but it literally goes down. You have 500 time when you enter from the midpoint area, but when you enter this section, you get 270. It is physically impossible to beat this stage with 270 time. You have to do what I do right here, and basically the Yoshi is fairly necessary for me to do anything in this level anyway, but and I lost the Yoshi so many times right here, and if I lost it here because I don't have the star anymore, that cannon will kill me, and like I'll just die in like the stupidest ways. Like, I'm pretty sure I said like 20 times in that segment and rant, but pretty much if I lost the Yoshi, I was pretty dead. A simple little line guide section. That block is genius. It's like, could you have? Oh my god! Like that is so evil. You wouldn't think it either. This section is evil too, because you cannot get up here with a fire flower, a big mushroom, or a Cape Mario. You can only get up there as small Mario or a Yoshi's, or use the plant. And if you are anything other than Super Mario, then you'll probably kill the plant trying to get on top of it, even though the only outtake I had of that happening, which I think it's the only time it did happen, actually, I killed it in a stupid way. So don't take my word for it, but take my word for it. This section is janked to hell. I don't really appreciate it. It's not very nice. It goes on for too long. Maybe it doesn't go on for too long, but it felt like it did because, well, first of all, the time limit. Second of all, how many times it took just to get out of that original line guide section. I don't know. There's something wrong with this level, and the answer is playtesting. VIP2 feels very unpolished and unplaytested. Now, VIP1, I will admit, had some janked levels. There's no question in it. But VIP1 as a whole is such a better hack as VIP2. And I know I was harsh on VIP3, but VIP3 is better than this. This is kind of obscenely obscene. So, have you guessed how to do the secret yet? Because it's so difficult to figure out. You see this P-switch? You have to take it through the entire level, and you can't skip out on this section or the next room, which you wouldn't even know that there is another room yet because thing, but well, yeah, really, there's only like one mentioning of it because the midpoint. Yeah, there's an entire room here that is extra that you have to go through. Like, level designer, can you not make it, like, why even stop saying like a terraformer, goddamn. But level designers, please, if you're gonna have a midpoint, don't have it completely useless if there's a secret exit. And this part's stupid. Manial, as I will say correctly for once, which I've always called Manial, but I was corrected. I think Manial is like Final Fantasy VII town or something like that, a later town. Off topic, shut up. Okay. Manial told me, don't bring shells because it'll cause despawning, which it's something, it's like, it feels like it's common sense, but it's also something that's like, I just want to ignore it sometimes. But this level defies logic with that, because you have to bring the P-switch. So it's going to cause problems with the level. Like, I almost feel like this wasn't even done by the author. It was just kind of slapped together at the very end. And that's stupid. Like, come on, like, holy crap, this is not Zelda, and we're not getting our sword, no, the sword's never stolen, but we're not getting the shield taken away from us, because okay, I think those, no, I was thinking of VIP3, and I'm so glad I didn't go up there, even after I saw what was up there. Then again, it was pretty confirmed that I wasn't going to go up there after I saw what's up there. But yeah, I was thinking of VIP3 where you can press down and go down them. You'd be stuck if you go up there, and that's really mean. I think so, at least. Sometimes I feel like playing these VIPs, it's like... Well, I guess that was almost fitting. It's like they do things in a way that is the most aggravating and annoying, and I kinda don't like that, because there's some good ideas and some good levels, and this level is legitimately fun, the first half at least. It reminds me of, I think, the Bowser's Castle on Hyper V, I believe. Yeah, this first half is really good, like, no issues. My own playing, the timing for this is sometimes bad, but you know what, that's, timing isn't, like, unless it's gonna be, yeah, I said it again, unless it's gonna be the same bad timing each time, usually it's not going to be, so that's not really something the author can really be criticized for. I played really badly there. Mario was feeling really frisky, and that's unfortunate. So I was like, oh no, we're doing this sort of thing, huh? Guess which 2 levels I won't be getting the dragon coins in? Oh wait, that's spoilers, the second half of this level, and that it's the last level played. And it's the one it's the one I got stuck in yesterday. That's why there wasn't this video yesterday, even though there wouldn't have been, because I think this got done rendering like when I was uploading that VIP3. So yeah, that's 2 grinds. That's a nice at least 200 lives, probably close to 3 depending. What can be said about this level? This level reminds me of a VIP4 level, or at least not this part. I feel the midpoint is a bit too early in the stage, and I noticed that's an issue that VIP2 has. At least I think I noticed that when I was watching later videos of Raukow's, like Anna Kitty Power Hour, for instance, which Anna Kitty was not involved in VIP2. Possibly VIP1 though, considering his name was in the credits, and he may or may not be Gotcha. So, he is Gotcha too, and he loves his Gotcha traps, or at least in his older hacks. So, this section, did it really need a bullet generator? That's a really good question for the author. Did you really need to insert that sprite into your level? And I was at a point where now with this level that every time I'd make a jump, I'd get a bullet in my face every single time. And it was after a certain death, which you'll see why too. And also the diagonal cannons act as a redirectional, which is funny because that's what was seen in the VIP that I recorded last night. I didn't even connect the dots really. And so here's a nice life farm that'll never be utilized ever. I didn't even know for a while that there was good power-ups. I forgot about the cape, the green switch block in the second half, and it's required for me. I've gotten about there to that, like, a little, you'll see, but without taking the capes in, I got pretty damn close to this section, very, very far, and I do think that's a good job. I just never would have beat the level if I kept dying like that. This section's completely unnecessary, and why it's here, I have not a clue. I feel the level ended after that one section with all the bullets, but, you know, you gotta do, like, some little kind of pseudo-puzzle thing here. It's a pretty linear puzzle, and I'm just, like, I don't want to die really stupidly. Yeah, so, some nice little tight jumps that are very interesting. But, yeah, I like the level that it's, like, well, I like the graphical stylings of the level, and I'll talk about that while I'm in a cave suddenly. But, like, the outside of a castle, the outer wall, I like that. That's nice. I just wish the level design was more like the first half. Kind of sometimes get the feeling that multiple authors were working on these levels, and, you know, and I guess that's fine, but sometimes there's such a drastic change that, you know, whatever. I can't really begrudge people like that because I've done it myself in Jump. Spoiler. Because I don't want to keep the project running for like 5 million freaking years as I have like half a level built and 0 ideas for the second half, or completely hate the second half and delete it. So yeah, this room is so silly. I don't know what's down there or what it is or why it exists, but as you can see, I didn't care enough, and I don't care enough to relive this hellish nightmare. It was really nice while I'm sick too. Like, I really felt it in my hand. I was like, damn, my whole body is all screwed up. But hopefully tomorrow that'll be fixed, because it's so fun to go to the doctor's office. Oh yeah, that place. that yes. So here's a place. You may see it in the outtakes. Spoiler. Yeah, and you'll never guess what it was either. You'll never guess what it was. Ugh. Ugh. I was tempted to just say forget it. I beat the stage up to that point, but I didn't want to do that. That's just not like me. If I can do it, I'm not gonna just not do it. Though there were some levels where I determined that I was unable to. There are some text boxes. They're pretty neato, cool, I guess. Here's some outtakes. Some more lazy than others. Actually, they're all pretty fairly lazy. I don't know. Is it really that important? When I have pretty much when I'm playing like this, I have a bad habit of when I die, I slam my finger on my fast forward key. And it's like I don't have that desire at all when I'm recording live commentary, but when I'm just sitting there just grinding out levels, I just press it. So I don't even remember where I was going with that. But yeah, that's what happened. And I'm trying to think, where was I going with that thought process? Honestly, I don't know. See, that block is geniusly placed. And you'll get to see what I meant by, yeah, you can't get up there. Yes, yes, that's an occurrence that exists in this level. I think I died to it twice, too. Actually, I might even be shown. Yes, it is. Okay. Alright. These are the worst because there's always a desync and I'm always talking over the wrong thing. But why does this section exist? Please, someone inform me. What the heck is this? Is it just like random coins? Is it just randomness? Because I'm fine with that. But if it has a meaning and the springboard and whatnot, like, I'd really like to know. Yeah. Yeah, there's one that's especially sad. I went to do something and I just plopped out of my hands. Oh, I know what it was. I was breaking up dog bones for my dog, and they're like really tough. Like really tough to break, you know, because, you know, she'd be like 20 million pounds if they give her the whole thing. So I'm trying to break them up, and I cut myself on the dog bone. Like, that's crazy. So I was checking it to see if I was bleeding on my controller, and I wasn't. And I dropped the P-switch into the ravine. Like, how stupid do you have to be? See you guys next time. I only showed the things after the staircase.